We all know that sellers are screwed out of refunds by Amazon all the time, but who knew that customers were also getting screwed? Bloomberg recently reported that Amazon is giving refunds for years old returns. How old exactly? Well, in some instances, as far back as 2018 from when people actually returned the product. That is 7 years ago at this point in time that Amazon has held money for a acceptable return. With this, the precise scope of the amount of refunds has not been actually talked about yet, but the CFO over at Amazon said that they took a one-time charge of about $1.1 billion for some historical customer returns, as they call it. However, the charge is also attributed to stockpiling inventory in anticipation of the tariffs. So this is something we already knew about, where Amazon is buying a lot of inventory right now through 1P sellers to have Amazon Vendor Central stocked up because they knew about the tariffs ahead of time. So they really wanted to get ahead of the game with that. Furthermore, essentially the article talks about how essentially Amazon has been doing this for years. This is not a new thing by any measure whatsoever, and that they did their own internal review, so to speak, which Amazon usually in those terms means that hey, we got called out for something and now we are reviewing it ourselves. But more so on that, there is recently a consumer lawsuit alleging that Amazon reversed refunds from customers who followed its return policy by leaving merchandise at designated kiosks. This is in the same vein and time around now that Amazon is suddenly refunding all of these customers all the way back to 2018. It's quite incredible that, oh, yeah, they did an internal review just about at the same time that they happened to face a consumer class action lawsuit around this exact issue, and now they're doing this. Many people are essentially assuming that this is related to it. However, an Amazon spokesperson declined to say if the refunds are related to the lawsuit. There is no action required from customers to receive the refunds, and we have fixed the payment issue and made process changes to more promptly contact customers about the unresolved returns going forward, which is very interesting considering the fact, again, this is from 2018. Some of these are from 2018. In fact, our very own owner, Stephen Pope, had a refund of nearly $1,800 from 2018. This is what sparked all of this debate and all of this talk about it. In fact, it's become a very, very popular issue that people are talking about online. In fact, Stephen was the first person to call this out, where he got in 2018 and a return something, a TV 55-inch in 2018, and finally got his $1,800 credit just this month, just this week. In fact, 7 years. It took them 7 years to give him a refund for this. For normal people, that is a lot of money. $1,800 is not something to just play around with. And Amazon is out here just keeping that kind of money. And this is the thing. Steven is a very, very infamous person. He has over 60,000 followers. He is able to call things like this out very easily and get a lot of attention towards it. However, a normal, just everyday customer is not going to have the same kind of recourse that Steven has here. And this is something that is not being talked about enough, is how much of this supposed 1.1 billion that they have been spending is actual returns, and how much of it is for customers that haven't seen that money for years. I myself haven't seen anything as of yet come through, but I am keeping an eye to see if anything does. But this sparked a lot of debate online around how Amazon is essentially going through and what their actual policies are as well around invoices. It's interesting because some people make correlations as well to, if you fail to make payment to Amazon when due, we may charge you interest at a rate of 1.5% of the amount of the outstanding payment per month, because Amazon themselves has invoice and payment terms for sellers and for customers. But then when it comes to giving a customer the money for their rightfully accepted return, Amazon can wait 7 years. Personally speaking, that is not acceptable in the slightest. In fact, I would assume that Amazon should have to pay out some form of interest for all of these credits that they are now just returning. Again, it seems like this whole internal review debacle is just a cover veil of night, so to speak, when Amazon is just trying to cover up for the actual lawsuit that is coming through to them, and It looks like they're not going to be in the right in this scenario. So all that being said, we'll keep you posted on stuff like this. If you like breaking news like this and you like seeing stuff like this, give us a like down below, subscribe to the channel. We post stuff like this all the time.